Hi, my name is Jamie.
And I'm Caleb. We're from Amarillo Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics.
And we're here at the Discovery Center because we love to learn about new and exciting things.
We wanted to let you know that at APDO we offer the highest quality of dental care and orthodontics for all of our patients. We offer same-day appointments, and we wanted to let you guys know that we hope to see you again soon.
And now it's time to learn some incredible new things with Coffee and Cuties.
All right, friends, it's so good to see you. Welcome to our Coffee and Cuties, our virtual Coffee and Cuties. This month's theme is fins, tails, and scales. So we are going to be talking about animals today. We're going to be meeting some of our friends here at the Discovery Center, and we are going to be reading a book called The View at the Zoo. Now, before we get started, I would like to thank APDO for sponsoring our Coffee and Cuties program and making everything possible. All right, let's get started. Alrighty, friends, now we are going to be reading the book, The View at the Zoo. So this was written by Kathleen Long Bostrom and illustrated by Guy Francis. All right, let's look at the first, looks like the zookeeper's missing his hat. And there he is again. Oh, the monkeys look like they're causing a little bit of trouble. Rise and shine, attention please. Monkeys, get down from those trees. Wake your cubs up, Mrs. Bear. Mr. Lion, comb that hair. Oh, that is a very messy mane. Elephant, please wipe your nose. Pink flamingos on your toes. All giraffes, please stand up straight. That's more like it. You look great. Oh, I think these guys are still a little sleepy. All is ready. Come on in. Let the day of fun begin. Looks like everyone is ready to enjoy the zoo. My, what silly things they do. All these creatures at the zoo. Oh, they've got tons of animals. They've got dolphins. I see walruses. There's birds and a gorilla and panda. All kinds of animals. Walking on all kinds of feet, dancing to an inner beat. Do you see the penguins? Babies riding on their backs, on their bellies, snug in sacks. Do you see the koalas? Now, fun fact, when you see an animal that has a pouch, they're marsupials. Or mammals with pouches. They're called marsupials. Hear the silly sounds they speak as they howl and squawk and shriek. All kinds of birds. We've got parrots and cockatoos and toucans. How they eat. They never stop. That one looks about to pop. You got hippos. See them prance and primp and preen, trying to stay neat and clean. Got gazelles and water buffalo. I see zebra and a rhino too. Some of them are quite a fright. Watch your fingers, they may bite. Oh, you see all kinds of reptiles here. I see a snake. Very long snake, kind of reminds me of Zeke, our red-tailed boa. You got a chameleon. You've got some crocodiles here, and a turtle, and a little frog hiding in here too. And a gecko, of course. We've got lots of those. Sun is setting in the sky. Everybody say goodbye. Please go home so we can sleep. Time for us to count our sheep. So all the animals are getting really sleepy. Whew, they're leaving. Off they go. They all put on quite a show. What a hoot! Folks have no clue the view that we have at the zoo. The end. Oh, do you see the sleeping monkey? It's time for them to rest. Wasn't that a wonderful story? Alrighty, now that we have read our story about the animals at the zoo, let's meet some of our animals here at the Discovery Center. So since our theme today is fins, tails, and scales, I've got someone with fins, someone with tails, and someone with scales here with me today. So here, let's talk about my friend over here really quick. Oh, hello, sir. So this is Franklin. He's actually one of our newest members to our family. He is a red-eared slider. Now, Franklin is still very little. He's only a few months old, but he will get a little bit bigger as the years go by. Hello, sir. He's a little shy. He is a turtle. Now, did you know that there's actually a difference between turtles and tortoises? So turtles, they actually live in the water. So Franklin, although he can walk on land, he can live in the water as well. Tortoises are land animals. They can't swim. So there is a difference between turtles and tortoises. Now, red-eared sliders are native to the southern parts of the United States. They used to be popular as pets. Now, fun fact, in the 1970s, they actually banned them from being sold as pets because they're an invasive species. So a lot of them got released into the wild. They used to be pets, but they got released into the wild. And red-eared sliders, they can, oh my goodness, sir, where are you going? They can eat a lot of different things. So they are omnivores. They'll eat plants and they'll eat small fish. We give ours pellets. He is very strong. And so they are able to survive really well. So they are considered an invasive species. That means that there are way too many of them in our ecosystems. He's very, very fast. And he's also a very good swimmer too. Do you see his hands? They're nice and webbed and good for swimming. They're also very, very strong, so he could push through the water. Sir? Now, the reason why I'm wearing gloves when I handle him is because red-eared sliders can also carry something called salmonella. Now, salmonella is a type of germ, and it can make people get very sick. Things like typhoid, which is not fun. Some reptiles can, in fact, carry salmonella. That's why I am wearing my gloves today. Although he is pretty cute and he's really cool. Hello, sir. I'm very excited to see him grow up. Okay, you ready to be put down, sir? He's very rambunctious. He's full of energy. Oh, careful, buddy. Now, unlike in the cartoons, he can't hop out of his shell. So both turtles and tortoises, their bodies are actually attached to their shell. And so whenever you pick up a turtle or a tortoise, make sure you're holding them kind of like a hamburger, where their bottom parts of their bodies are also secure. Okay, all right, let me put you to the side, buddy. There you go. Okay. Now we've got our tail here. We got Mr. Randall. Hello, sir. You might hear Franklin in the background. He's a very busy man. So this is Randall. He is our leopard gecko. He's super cool and he's off on an adventure. Let's get back here, buddy. So Randall is a leopard gecko. They are native to parts of Iran and Afghanistan. And he's super cool. So whenever we think of geckos, we usually think of the rainforest. But did you know that there are geckos in the desert? And his body is super cool because it's adapted to the desert conditions of his home. So, of course, since we're talking about tails, you can see this lovely, oh, sir. He's ready to go places. He's got this, Randall, where are you going, sweet boy? Oh, he's curious about Franklin over there. You can see his tail. It's really big and soft and squishy. That's because Randall actually uses his tail kind of like we use the refrigerator for our leftovers. So when you live in the desert, food is often hard to find. And so what he'll do is he'll store that extra fat and energy into his tail. That way, when he needs to get more energy, needs more food, but he can't find any, he can actually take it from his tail and use that. It's kind of neat. Another use for his tail is he can also let go of his tail if he's feeling scared, like he's about to get eaten. He'll actually pop his tail off and it'll act as a distraction for the predators. It'll still move, which is really interesting. It's kind of weird. So Randall, he can grow his tail back. This isn't his original tail, and you can kind of tell by the difference in color and texture. Now Randall doesn't have the sticky feet that a lot of geckos have. He has little claws, and that helps him climb onto the rocks and dig through the sand. Another really cool thing about leopard geckos, let's see, can we turn around, sweet boy? Oh. All of our animals are super excited this morning. One really cool thing about Randall is he actually has eyelids. So being from the desert, there's a lot of sand and a lot of dust that can get in his eye. So what it'll do is he'll actually blink it away. He has eyelids. Now Randall is an insectivore. He eats insects. At the Discovery Center, we feed him crickets, mealworms. His favorites are waxworms. Waxworms are his favorite. We give them to him every once in a while. It's kind of like eating birthday cake for dinner. But he usually eats mealworms and crickets. He's super cool. He's about, let's see, 4 or 5 years old. I believe 5 years old now. My goodness, buddy, you're growing. All right, sweet boy, let me put you back into your tank. Put you aside. Okay, now we're going to move on to Mr. Scales right here. I wonder what I have in my bag. Franklin. Oh, hello, sir. Were you already taking a nap? Come on, sweet boy. There you go. Oh. There we go. Hello. Oh my goodness, you're kind of cold. So this is Jake. He is our pastel ball python. Now, the pastel part of his name comes from his color. So he has this beautiful yellow color to him. Ball pythons can come in all different kinds of colors. Some of them are darker brown. Some of them are white. Some of them are black. It's really cool. Now the ball python, they get their name from how they rest. So when they're resting, they'll actually curl up kind of like a little ball. Personally, I think he looks more like a cinnamon roll or a pretzel. But I guess pretzel python's kind of a funny name. Now Jake is, so he's from the western parts of Africa. That's where they're from. It's a little bit drier. Hello, sir. He's kind of resting on the table. He is a carnivore, which means he eats meat. He only eats meat. Here at the Discovery Center, we feed him mice. We feed him frozen mice that have been heated up. Now, snakes are super cool. Do you see his tongue flicking out? I'm not sure if you guys can see, but he's kind of flicking his tongue out and smelling everything. Now, that's how they smell. So, if you put your tongue right behind your two front teeth on the roof of your mouth, right there they have something called a Jacobson's organ. And so what they do is, using their tongue, they'll flick the air into that little hole, into that organ, and that'll send signals to his brain telling him what it smells like. Jake also has these really cool little holes above his mouth. Those are heat-seeking pits. He can tell where his prey is by how hot, by their heat. Oh goodness, where are you going, sweet boy? Jake is very long. He's about, let's say almost 4 feet long, about 4 feet long. And he's kind of cuddling up under the bag like blankets. So one thing about reptiles is they are cold-blooded. So Jake can't control his body heat. If he's feeling cold, or if we're feeling cold, what do? We can kind of curl up into ourselves, right? Maybe put our hands under our arms or under our legs. But Jake, he can't do that. Instead, what they'll do is, in the wild, they would bask in the sun. So they'd lay in the sun and get their warmth from it. Now here at the Discovery Center, we have heat lamps that keep them warm in their tanks. And since we love them so much, we also give them cuddles as well. They'll actually, they enjoy getting warmth from our bodies too. They're super cool. We have all kinds of animals here at the Discovery Center. Some of them with fins, some of them with tails, some of them with scales. They're all very curious, and I hope you all get to meet everyone soon. Alrighty, friends, thank you so much for joining us for virtual Coffee and Cuties. I'd like to thank APDO for sponsoring us. Be sure to stay tuned for our next Coffee and Cuties, where we're going to be doing some colorific experiments. Be sure to check out our social media page for more information, as well as more information on our future events. And I hope to see you all next time. Bye!